Good evening. You are listening to Studio 7 from the Voice of America on Wednesday, September the 8th, 2021. And this is Livetalk Diaspora Forum. I'm Jonga Kandemiri.
And I'm Gibbs Dube in Maryland.
We would like to inform you, our listeners, that because of the coronavirus pandemic, we are not able to give you our usual show, and you will not be able to call in since we are broadcasting from our homes.
You are listening to Studio 7 from the Voice of America in Washington, and this evening we are discussing COVID-19, the decline in new cases and deaths, the relaxation of COVID-19 lockdown measures from level 4 to level 2, and other issues.
We are also going to discuss about what Zimbabweans in the diaspora are doing to help prop up the economy back home.
But first, the health ministry reported yesterday that 10 people died of COVID-19, while 125 new cases were recorded countrywide. The country has so far recorded 125,796 confirmed cases, 117,456 recoveries, and 4,503 deaths since March last year. A total of 2,750,681 people have received their first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine, while 1,742,642 have received their second jabs.
President Emerson Mnangagwa yesterday announced the relaxation of the COVID-19 lockdown from level 4 to level 2, allowing the resumption of intercity travel and allowing business to operate from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Curfew hours have been reviewed from 6:30 p.m. to 6 a.m. To 10 p.m. Let me retake that. From 6:30 p.m. to 6 a.m. And from now it's 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. That's the new lockdown measure time for curfew. And people are allowed to gather, up to 100 people to gather, as long as protocols relating to social distancing, sanitizing, and masking are observed.
Yohambe linjani lapho likhona endaweni zonke zomhlaba ezijiyeneyo namhlanje lo jonga lapha sixoxa ngendaba ezijiyeneyo. Okokuqala sizakhangela-ke i-COVID-19 kube sokulandela lokunye-ke okunjengokuthi i-National Railways of Zimbabwe sokhanya ngazani sokumele ingene ekhwapheni lezupco. So kulabantu abaningi abathi hayi lokhu vele kungani kuyaphambanisa kakhulu. So sikhaliseke nge-COVID-19 kulabantu abalitshumi 10 abahlolwe ngathi ababulewe yi-COVID-19 izolo. Lokhu kubikwa-ke luhlangothi lwezempilakahle. Uhlangothi lolu lubika njalo ukuthi abantu abayi-125 bahlolwe batholakala phela COVID-19. Xa sisikhangela-ke kusukela nyakenye, uhlangothi lolu luyabika njalo ukuthi sokulabantu 4,503 asebabulawa yi-COVID-19. Labo ababanjwa yi-COVID-19 kusukela leso sikhathi sebe 125,796. Kwezokusitha sebaphepha ku-COVID-19 bayi-117,456. Xa sisikhangela njalo okwenzakala eZimbabwe, siyakwazi ukuthi abantu bayajova amajekiseni achiyeneyo. Singathi abantu asebejovwe okokuqala bafika 2,750,681, bese kusitha sebejovwe okwesibili bayi-1,742,641. Njengoba sisitsho ukuthi sizangena futhi kudaba lwezupco lolu ngani luyahlupha, njalo sikhangela sihlolisise khona ukuthi i-lockdown songani yehlisiwe kusukela kuhlandla lesine kuyafika-ke kuhlandla lesibili. So-ke songani abantu sebengahamba ngamabhasi besuka edolobheni nakobulawayo besiya eHarare kumbe besiya endaweni ezijiyeneyo, njalo le curfew songani hayi kungconywana khonokho kungayindawo. Bese kubuya-ke abantu bayakhuthazwa ukuthi bayenze i-social distancing, kuzobuya lokugeza izandla lokufaka ama-mask. So-ke lokho abantu bayakhuthazwa kakhulu ukuthi bakwenze. Sakhangela njalo ukuthi abantu bahlala emazweni kuyini abakwenzayo empilweni lokunceda ekhaya ukuthi vele banceda ngani. Kunjalo-ke Jonga.
Ndizvo zvowadiwa vateereri nevatariri. Nhasi muchirongwa tiri kukurukura nenyaya yedenda reCovid-19 tichitarisa kuti nezuro bazi rezveutano rakazivisa kuti vanhu 10 vakafa nechirwere ichi, vamwe 125 125 vachiwanikwa vaine chirwere ichi. Tichitarisa kusvika nezuro wakare, Zimbabwe yanga yane vanhu vanokwana kuita zviuru 125 zvine 126 125,796 vabatwa neCovid-19 kubva patanga chirwere ichi munyika muna Machi gore rapera. Kuti vanhu vafa vakasvika pazviuru 4,503 4,503. Vapona kubva kuCovid-19 vachiita zviuru 110 ne456 117,456. Vabayiwa nhomba yekutanga kusvika nezuro vakanga vava mamiliyoni 2 nezviuru 850 6,681 chete 2,750,681. Kotiwo vakanga vabayiwa nhomba yepiri sezvinokurudzirwa nemutemo vakanga vasvika pamiliyoni 1 chete ine 840 nezviviri zviuru izvi. Miliyoni 1 chete zviuru 842 ne642 vanga vabayiwa nhomba yepiri. Takanzwawo mutungamiri wenyika vaEmmerson Mnangagwa vachizivisa nezuro wakare kuti vanyevenutsa mutemo welockdown uya kubva palevel 4 kuenda palevel 2, zvichireva kuti zvinhu zvakawanda zvanyevenutswa, asi pese panenge pachiitwa zvinhu izvozvo tisakanganwa panofanira pachiteerwa kurudziro yeWHO nebazi rezveutano mukuchengetedza utano panyaya dzekuti utachiwana husapararira. Takanzwa nyaya hombe ingapemberwa nevakawanda yekuti mabhazi akubvumidzwa ngachifamba kubva muguta iri achienda kune rimwe guta, inganzi pachirungu intercity, nekuti kwakusina. Tainzwa hama dzedu vari kunze kwenyika zvikuru kuSouth Africa vaimbofamba nemabhazi vachichema kuti havasi kukwanisa ngo vachifamba nemabhazi, toti vafambawo kusvika pamuganho wenyika kuBeit Bridge kuti vachiwana zvifambiso kubva ikoko kuti vapinde munyika vanga vachinetseka. Tinoimba kuti mutemo iwoyi munyowani kana mutsva uchakwanisa kuti vange vachibvumidzwa kufamba nemabhazi vachipinda kubva mune rimwe guta. Zvairiwo even kana kubva kuguta rekumusha kwangu handicharitaura zvangu hano richaita guta mai manje muchienda muHarare mamusingakwanisa kufamba nemabhazi, mutemo wangu wasingabvumi, asi ndezvimwe zvezvinhu zvanyevenutswa. Ndo nyaya imwe yatichakurukura. Curfew yabatwawo zvakare ichiratidza kuti yave kutanga na10 mausiku kusvikawo mangwana acho na5 dzemakuseni. Pabvumidzwe kuti munge muchimbeya ipapo. Imwe nyaya iri kutariswa muchirongwa chedu nhasi inyaya yezvizvarwa zveZimbabwe zviri kunze kwenyika kuti zvii zvavari kuita mukusimudzira upfumi hwenyika. Tinoziva vakawanda vanotumira mari, vanovaka kumisha, vane makambani nezvimwe zvakadaro. Ndo dzimwe nyaya dzatenge tichikurukura, asi tisakanganwa nyaya iri kupisa pari nhasi yekubatana kwaita ZUPCO neNational Railways of Zimbabwe mukutakura vafambi. Tinoona kuti ZUPCO yanga ichichemwa nevanhu kunzi iri kutatarika iri yoga kuti inge ichikwanisa kusimudza uwandu hwevanhu vanga vachifamba kubva kumabasa, sezvo dzimwe motokari dzaisingotakura vanhu dzinganzi makombi kana mishikashika hadzichabvumidzwa nemutemo kuti dzinge dzichiita izvozvo. Dzairerutsawo ndima padzaisakura ipapo panenge patofamba hapachamere uswa. Saka iye zvino ZUPCO kuti inge ichikwanisa kuita izvozvo yabatana neNational Railways of Zimbabwe vatanga kufamba nhasi. Saka tichanzwawo nevari kumusha iko kuti zvabudirira sei matangira aita urongwa ihwohwo Gibbs.
Yes, Jonga. So let's start with what Ezra Chisasmanda filed from, Bulawayo. He actually talked to a lot of people concerning, what is happening to Mshikashikas. These are combis, community-owned just, operators, and, they are having a torrid time, according to them, because they're saying being blocked from operating in the city is causing a lot of mayhem. Some of them can't even, have any food on the table. So there is a lot that is going on right now. So let's hear what Ezra Chisasmanda was discussing with one of the people in Bulawayo.
Ngonyanya ubona lapha ke uzama impilo, uyazama uchovisa abantu bonke laba bagada kuyizimota, uyababizela bahambe ezindlini. Nxa uthwale imchovi ingachovi uzwa njani wena?
Ngizobuhlungu kakhulu ngoba mina vele ngikhulele kuyona le industry sibona. Khulele kuyona le industry abantwana ngifundisa ngakhona apha kadesi imchova sivalewe. Sokuyikuhlupheka kwama kulanto lapho engayenza.
Nxa libabuza bona bathi kuyini, bathi kuthiwa indaba livalisa.
Vele akusabuzeki ngoba yonke into sebevala ngokuthi corona. Asikwazi ukuthi corona wakhona uzophela yini.
So kuma ZUPCO basi lapha kula corona.
Singazi kibo ukuthi akuna corona.
bathi uphile ngani uzayenzana
ukuphila lapha sokunzima kakhulu.
Khathesi manje all this time kuvaliwe lapho uphila ngani?
All time kuvaliwe bengizihambe ngazihlalela nje ema-reserve ekhaya. Ngazihlalela.
Abantwana badleni?
Abantwana kulobunzima kulanto abayidlala.
Sure. So lapho ubuye ekuseni usebenze uzama ukuthi usebenze lokubalekela namapholisa Jengana?
Hayi kubaleka nje Jengana namapholisa.
Kanti into kuthiwa nxa imoto kuthiwa ziyatshaywa liqiniso batshaya imoto babulali wini?
Hayi imoto bayazitshaya sikanda bayazitshaya sibili kabuhlungu.
Bayitshaye bayiripeya mbani?
Uyaziripeya wena mnikazi.
Uyaziriphela wena?
Uyaziripeya wena mnikazi.
Kodwa ukona ukubona uhulumende uyakuvuma yini?
Singazi kuyuhulumende mhlawumbe uyakuvuma sazi.
Abezukho laba abayibo abajovisayo bona babe ngabanjani lapha?
Angazi lapho siqonda ngakhuluma manje.
So bafuna lina join izugweni?
Bafuna zonke imoto zijoin izugwo ngokutsho.
Kuyini kulobunzima nongena ezugweni abanye bekhala ukuthi imali zabo bazithola masinya?
Ngingazi kubanikazi bezimoto mbe kulobunzima sazi.
Manje lesikhalazo ngathini ukuthi abantu bathole phela abantu ukuthovisa la kuyatholisa imisebenzi abantu bonke bayaphila wona ungathini
isikhalazo engasithi ukuthi la uhulumende kasizwele i-special thina singajoyinanga lozugwo lathi sithole ukuphila sibona.
So that's one of the people that has been affected seriously, Jonga, concerning this Zupco issue. He's not allowed to operate his combi.
Mm-hmm.
He says he ended up going home to the rural areas, to just while up time there, thinking that maybe things will be okay. He's back in the city, and he's saying, he's failing to get money to look after his family. So he says life is very tough, and he doesn't know what to do now. Mm-hmm. And he says even if you go and join Zupco, the problem is you don't get any kind of money that can make you survive. He says it's very, very tough.
So did he mention why he has not joined Zupco? So yes, at least he gets something rather than staying at home?
He says in some cases, some people have gone for about 3 months without getting anything.
Paid on time.
That's it. And he says that is not good enough because you need some money to repair your car or to service it, and all those kind of things. And at the same time, you need to look after your family. So, and that's a problem.
Ongo wadiwa watereri mukuru abva kutaura pa chitivitivhi mai manje vanga vachitaura nemutoro wedu wenhau Ezra Chisasuvanda vari muguta reBulawayo. Munhu anoshandisa kombi kana michovha yedzimotokari yerudzi rwekombi. Saka ivo vari kuti danho rakatorwa nehurumende rekuti vange vasingashande vachifanira kunge vachienda pasi peZupco ravaomesera zvikuru nokuti havachisina mabasa zvaakuita kuti vaswere vangori kudzimba. Vari kutiwo chikonzero chiri kuita kuti vasapinda muchirongwa chekubatana neZupco chiri kukurudzirwa nehurumende inyaya yekuti kuzobhadharwa kwacho kunononoka. Dzimwe nguva kunogona kuita mwedzi mitatu munhu asati abhadharwa mari, zvichireva kuti kana wanga uchida kugadzirisa motokari yako unenge usina chekuti unge uchigadzirisa motokari panguva yose yemwedzi mitatu yavanenge wakamirira mari. Ndo zvimwe zvezvikonzero zviri kuchemwa nevedzimotokari Gibson.
Yes, we also have another Bulawayo resident who actually talked to Ezra Chisasuvanda. She buys and sells a lot of goods, and she says without Mshikashikas, there's no business because Zupco guys are always busy, doing other things, maybe concentrating much on their job and nothing else. So let's hear what, Ezra discussed with this lady.
Uthengisani play izwitsi lezi kuyaphileka
so hayi indaba yokuthithwa amakhombe engajovi leyi ayangaafekta kakhulu le ngoba mina ngiphila khona ngisingle mother bhadala abantu bami ifizi bangu-3 ngibhadala irent ngibhadala umama ngisala labantu wamama bekhangele ukuphila kimi umama ule-BP mina ngimthengela amaphilisi e-BP every month so nginqala aba bengajovi lapho mina ngilamali.
Wena uthola njani imali kulaba abatshovayo?
Laba abatshovayo babathengayo abantu bakazukho abathengi abantu bakazukho they are always busy bayafika kuphela bami imoto igcwala bamemezeli laba bayathenga every minute bayathenga befika imoto irenka ithwala babe bethenga
so
ukuthi ngelanga
lama customers akhona eduzane kona ahlagade kona
ama-customer futhi lawa athenga ngoba nxa bemele umthova babe bethenga manje abakazukho vele bami abathengi vele la
wona ungisindlimali
mina ngisindlimali
abantwana bangaki
bayi-3
awu ubaba ungaphi
baba wahamba sikwazi ukuthi wayangapi
so ngozikhalela abantwana bona
ibe sikhalela abantu abantu
lodula lo mama futhi
lo mama ngesala lapho kade sikunje baya esikolo ama-uniform sithengile ama-uniform ngokushikashika wona lo kodwa kathi sibe kunzima sidonse nzima sibili luma umlomo angaphansi
so abantu abaku-grade 1 no-grade 1
ngilo-grade 7 ngilo-grade 3 lo omunye omncane le 2 years
so bonke bakhalela umama ukuthi nguyabe ethwele impuphu
impuphu babe ngihlala khona ngiyabhadala irenti ngirenta 2 rooms ufuna 400 rands
umama ekhona phana la futhi
umama useceleni ukuthi uzanda ngikhala kungadinga khona imvuso enzela abantwana la yebekhangelela ukuthi
so abantwana uyabahambisa ekuseni umama
ehambisa abantwana esikolo lo
usubuye bathatha umama usitshayisa
usembenje batshayisa ngidamba amambi engathwalanga lutho amapholisa enjenjivini wona amapholisa amanye khona basebesibantu imali ngase bengasula masebesibopha
so laba bakuthathela lawo amapholisa into zakho
bayathatha vele
so laba kulanda kulama-drinki
kulama-ice lathenga e-rose camp emapholiseni ngale ngithengwa everyday ayi-60 pondi 1 mele ngithenga ama-ice angu-4
everyday
mele ngode everyday kodwa nxa labo bemshikashika bengekho vele asiwodi uyathengisa mephume engcono thengisa $2 into esingazaisiyeni
ilanga lonke i-$2 ngiyikwenzele lutho uphinde ugade ngayo futhi
angenzeli lutho be-$2 ngoba mele ngithenga amaphamba mele ngithenga umphako wakho mele ngithenga lumama isinkwa 2 loaves amaqanda lochago ntingamjayizayo
uphinde ugade futhi
mele ngigade futhi
siyabonga play akuthengise wena namba nansi imali isingenile
imali vele iyangena ikhampani kodwa kunzima sinihambela lapha umdulini wako-okay
no siyabonga kakhulu play
There you are, Jonga. She's a very busy lady. She sells a lot of stuff, and but she says the Zupka guys don't buy.
They bring their food from home in large boxes.
Says, you know what? These guys are too busy. Yeah. So if you chase the Chikachikas away from where she is, she won't make business. Yeah, sometimes she makes about $2 a day without Chikachikas. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard they saying that she is a tall order, 3 kids plus a mother, and also she rents a 3-room house. And she said, yeah.
That's right. Yes. So there's a lot there. So I think we are joined by our first guest, and that is Dr. Ricky Mkonza. He's in South Africa. Dr. Mkonza, welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you very much. Good evening to your viewers.
Good evening, sir. Jonga?
Yes, tinogamuchira ene mufaro muchirongwa chedu Dr. Mkonza.
Ndinotenda vajonga, tinotenda manera akanaka kuvateereri venyu.
Ndizvozvo. Nhasi tine nyaya dzakati kuti dzatiri kubata Dr. Mkonza. Asi nyaya hombe iri kunyanya kutaurwa nevanhu pari zvino ndeyekubatana kwaita ZUPCO neNational Railways of Zimbabwe kuti vanga vachibatsira kurerutsa ndima kutakura vanhu kumusha uko tichazobata hedu zvamuri kuita imi vana veZimbabwe vari kunze kwenyika. Chimbotipaiwo maonero enyu imi muri vanotarisa zvematongerwo enyika. Zvakamira sei zvaitwa izvi? Tiri kuona kuti zvinenge zvanzi zvarerutsa ndima.
Hongu nyaya yekubatana kweZUPCO neNational Railways inyaya inotambirika. Kunyanya tichiona mamiriro akaita zvinhu muZimbabwe nekuti iri kubatsira kunyanya varombo vasingakwanise kuva nedzimotikari dzavo, vasingakwanise kuti vangahaye kana mateksi nezvimwe zvingati dhure panyaya dzekufambisa. Asi chandinoti tsutsumei nacho panyaya iyi ndechekuti tikatarisa National Railways matiroko ayo ati garei haana kuvandudzika, asi matiroko ekuti vanhu kana vachipinda mukati mawo vanonzwa kuti zveshuwa-shuwa tiri kufambawo tichipuhwa chiremerera ndeakare-kare. Vamwe vanga vachitotaurawo pamasocial media vachiti matoroko aya ndeenguva yaSmith. Saka danho iri mufungiro wakanaka, asi maonero andinoita panoda kuti paitwe zvakati kuti danho iri rigone kunyatsobatsira vanhu zvinoonekera.
Thank you so much, Gibbs. Maybe I can just repeat that in English.
Yes, so looking at what is happening in Zimbabwe right now in terms of this ZUPCO NRZ partnership, it seems Zimbabwe is going back to what it used to do under the late former president, Robert Mugabe. So is this some kind of development, or is some kind of disinvestment, or, what can we call this in simple terms?
Thank you very much. I think the intention behind the move is not a bad one, in the sense that it's giving options to the poor of the poorest, in terms of transport. But the challenge that is there is that the National Railways of Zimbabwe is old, trucks, and I don't think they give dignity to the commuters. I don't think one would feel comfortable getting into some of those trains, old trains. Some were even arguing that the trains were bought during the times of Ian Smith. So the intentions may be good in terms of strengthening the public transport system, but I think more needs to be done in terms of investing in modern trains, investing in options that will give people real value. That's my view.
Yes, thank you so much, and stay on the line there. So we still have some people who spoke to Ezachisa Spanda about this particular issue. Chonga, let's have one of them again, to hear what people are saying, really, because they are the owners of the show. Let's give them that platform to say whatever they think about what's going on.
Lapha ukhuluma lo Nice Phoenix number 9.
Ngizwa ukuthi udumile lapha emthoveni u90. Wena wenzani lo mthoveni la?
Thina sila mthovo ethu siyabe siloda sibhala phansi la nqayila yini.
Yile lethiwa ngowind.
Ithowind.
Manje kade sebelivalela imthovo ke wena kunjani kuwe?
Kunzima mdala ntabona ukuthi lezikolo ziyavulwa kumele sibhadalele abantwana uma sitanda bafuna imali. Ngapha umsebenzi wokubhala so that asazi ukuthi singancedisa.
Wena ulo abantwana? Awusuthethe? Ukhalisa emncane?
Hayi uthi kweziphatha kahle.
Okay, so vele umthetho wakho vele usenza uba ngowindi la. Ababe sithi kuthiwa hey sizama uvara utowindi bangathethisi abantu liyathethisa abantu.
Amawindi ayethethisa abantu ngakudala mdala sekulabafana abangani bahambe esikolo bakwazi ukuhlonipha.
Wena uhamba esikolo wafika unganani?
Thina sihambile esikolo sabhala sikulo form 4.
Umchafu form 4. Mina ngiyabona phela owindi babe ngasimathi njengalokho. Iwatch ezidulayo lezi. Futhi ukwenza imali la. Manje kade sinjwana sokunje seliyathini. I-lockdown ekulambisile.
Hayi lockdown isimazile la abuzwanwana labo mastanda mdala.
Wena kade songathini kuhulumende indaba yokuvalelwa kwenu ukuthi lingasachovisi?
Mina ngicela uhulumende ukuthi kuba basidedela shwa lathi sinengise ngoba kulila kwezinye indawo esingathola khona imisebenzi. Kuba kule ndawo ethiwa singachiya lapha sihambe siyothola umsebenzi ngoba ngingajabula le msebenzi yakho.
Umsebenzi ayitholakala?
Ayitholakala. So vele ngincengisa khona.
So ngelanga nxa usebenze kuhle njalo ngasikho ngakwenza malini?
Ngakade sivele mdala ukuziphumela le mali esintu ukuthi ugade kuphela lawo abantu.
Uthela idoli uye kudla labantwana?
Kuphela kusafunakala.
Kusafunakala. Nxa belicotshana amaphoyisa linye lenzani?
hayi kubaluleke mdala ngoba ungama bakubopha
bayakubhatalisa ifayini kuthiwa ifayini namalini nxa libotshiwe
hayi ifayini abana kuyachiyana sesikhathi bawutshela ukuthi 2,000 bonds 5,000 bonds so yabe kuchiyana ukuthi ubotshwe ngamapholisa angaphi
into ezibuhlungu ukuthi imota lezi ziyatshaya kuthiwa ziyatshaya zibulawa amawindi
ziyatshaya zibulala amawindi sesikhathi bayeqela amapholisa phakathi ngamawindi beyibopha imota so yikho thola khona abanye driver abasitapholise bevaleka lamapholisa sokusiyagcwala abantu sokuthiwa amawindi atshayela amapholisa but ke ungabadala abana laba abagada ngoba thina singeke sitshaya amapholisa singatshaya amapholisa siyasebenzela
no siyabonga kakhulu 90
So that's one of the most decorated touts, in Bulawayo. His nickname is 90. So he says he did O levels and, he's an educated windy,
Yes.
according to him. So he says it's not true that touts beat up, customers or commuters. He says that's not true. So he says they're living up to no expectations at all because there's nothing to do, these days because there are no commuter buses, they're being arrested and, all those kind of things. So he says at times some drivers are fined up to about 2,000 pound or up to about 5,000 pound if you are caught, doing what they're doing right now, just commuting illegally. So that's that, Choka.
Ndizvozvo vadiwa vateereri nevatariri manzwa mumwe wevanochovha michovha paBulawayo vatingati vanenge vachikokera vanonzi nevamwe mahwindi hanzi aiwa ibasa iroro munhu anotori neform 4 yake ndanzwa achibvunzwa nemutori wedu wenhau zvikanzi une mhuri here zvikanziwo munhu akaroora zvikanzi anga uri kutaridzika semudiki zvikanzi aiwa kugeza kurakidza kuti ari kuzvibata zvakanaka asi dambudziko ndiro rekuti havachisina mabasa vakomana ava nekuti vanhu havachabvumidzwa kunge vachikwira michovha iyoyo vawanikwa vachikwira motokari isina kunyoreswa pasi pezup kwavari kubhadhariswa mari hanzi iri pakati pe2,000 bond kusvika pa5,000 imari yakawanda iyoyo ukabatwa pazuva kaviri kana katatu watobuda madhora 10 zviuru 10 10,000 bond inenge yatoenda Gibbs.
Yes, we are now joined by Miss Nomtanda Zonkomazana. She is in Mumbai, India. So now, Chonga, go ahead, maybe, and talk to her.
Yes, ma'am. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fine. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for letting me in your program.
Yes, I think my first question to you will be about diaspora. People talk about diaspora, and we've heard that diasporans are doing a lot of things back home, building businesses, houses, sending money, remittances, and all that. Understand just this year, I think what the diaspora has contributed is close to $1 billion. What do you say about this?
I think although maybe I'm not involved in that, I think they are doing a good job, but they are being they are getting disadvantaged by what is happening at home. They are getting discouraged, most of them, of what is going on. Take, for instance, right now, when someone builds a business for a community and the community as a whole is supposed to actually partake in that business, meaning they're supposed to buy something like that and trade on that particular business. And now they get disadvantaged with what's happening. They can't get enough, they can't get to those places in time, or they can't even trade because of the things that are being imposed at this moment in time.
And the government says some of these hindrances are caused by sanctions. What's your take?
That's what they are telling us, but how do we know that? What we know, what we see is that the government is actually people in the government, not the government, because the government is the people. People there, they're actually getting is to their advantage, according to what we see. Because if it was not to their advantage, they were actually going to go out to the people and say what is happening and show what is happening. As it is right now, you can't nominate one person in that government who is finding it difficult to fuel their car, who is finding it difficult to fly for shopping in Dubai or anywhere else. But they are actually telling the people we are being sanctioned. That is why the things are getting so difficult. But in their lives and in their daily living, nothing is showing that the sanctions are affecting anything.
Thank you so much. And your take on the introduction of National Railways of Zimbabwe to help ferry people? Yeah,
I heard the first gentleman saying it is a good move, and they are actually trying to help the poor who cannot afford to fuel their car or to get from point A to point B. But how is it a good move to the poor when it's actually disadvantaging them? Why don't they let the poor decide what is good for them? Because as we're speaking right now, there is a single mother who's actually finding it difficult for what has been imposed, finding it difficult to survive or to sell, to get along with life because of what has been imposed right now. The people that they're trying to ban from the streets are the ones that are making life a little bit easier for those that are trading in the streets. No one is actually staying at a job or is working at the moment because of what happened earlier, meaning the lockdown, and the jobs has been affected. So the only way everyone is surviving is trading, and the people who are actually helping the trading are those people that they are banning.
Yes, siyakuzwa Nkomasana. So ke nxa sikhangela khona okwenzakalayo okwezupco wena ukubona njani?
Angivumelani lakho Dube, ngoba why kungela malungelo ukuthi abantu abakuthiwa khona abaphuwa abakhona ukufuela imoto, abakhona ukusuka from point A to B, why bengazikhetheli? Ngoba lento abathi khona izama ukunceda laba abasuphekileyo yiyo ebabulalayo. Why bengazikhetheli bona ukuthi okay ke thina sizothatha izupco, sizothatha izitimela? Umama lo oqeda ukukhuluma no-Ezra Shisasfanda uthi khona abantu bezupco abami bethenga into azithengisayo. It's a disadvantage. And baningi, not ukuthi yena yedwa. Kodwa laba abachovisayo bayama laphana bathenga isinko, bathenga cold drink, bathenga kumbe whatever she's selling. Patronize nabo ukuthi basize imuli zabo. But ukuthi izupco to merge with, I don't see why they should do that. I've never heard it in any country. There is NRZ who actually maybe uzupco lo ngemnikazi ngomuntu ayimeli Zimbabwe ingombe ngomuntu oyedwa. Ukuthi ngeZimbabwe Musa is serving the same purpose as Omalaisha abemchova laba abayenza. Kabanikezwe i-platform yokuthi abantu bakhethe into abayifunayo easy kubo. Hayi ukuthi they should impose something that people are not comfortable with. It's not very good.
Yeah, so i-solution kuyini? Kumele kwenziweni khona?
Kumele ukuthi ama-vendors nabantu bomchova kumele ukuthi ngiyafisa ukuthi ngabe bavula ama-association. Ngoba angiboni since sakhulayo Dube umuntu wonke ubethengisa estradini. Umuntu wonke ubechovisa. Noma ungabuya ekhaya Dube uzothola imoto yakho, uthola abantu kumbe ukuthi ukusiza or just making a dollar or two into your pocket. Why? How is it illegal? So bengifisa ama-vendors labantu bemchova babe ne-association bebe bephosela khonokho okuncane abakutholayo ukuthi bekhona ukuthi bethola ummeli ozobasiza. Maye ukuthi umthetho ofakiweyo awuzwakalanga Dube, awufakwanga etafuleni ukuthi wonke umuntu azokuthiwa ngenyanga ethize umthetho omutsha ofakwe kuthiwa. I think noma ngingakabi khona lapho okufakwa khona imithetho eZimbabwe kumbe uhulumende, umthetho lo uyafana ukuthi iyakhulunywa cala ingakhulunywa bese kuthiwa ivotelo, ingavotelwa ke makuvumakala imithetho lo ifakwe ebantwini, hayi ukuthi imithetho lo kufanele ukuthi iforce. Kuba ne-constitution efanele ukuthi ilandele. Kukhona eyabhalwayo since sikhula thina kumbe ifakwe manje ngenxa yecorona ngoba into engiyibonayo lapha icorona ebangele yonke into eminyakeni edlule bekungekho lokho icorona nje ebangele yonke inyakanyaka yonke enzakala and some people are benefiting abantu aba-rich kulento they are getting richer and abantu aba-poor thina sesicizelelwa manje sesincindezelwa phansi we are getting poorer and poorer yet bona bethuthuka besiya phezulu.
Yes, cela ubambe khonapho ke sibise ke uJonga Kanameli utangena khonapho Jonga. Go ahead.
I think if you can bring in Dr. Mukonza, because she said she does not agree with some of what he says. Maybe he needs to.
Yeah, unfortunately, he got cut off, and I think he's coming back shortly.
Okay.
Yes.
So maybe the issue here, Gibbs, is are the people happy at the moment with what is happening? The issue of the ZUPCO National Railways of Zimbabwe relationship, because people were stranded. Every night we were seeing social media pictures on social media of people stranded in the cities. So if this temporary measure helps, I think people will welcome it.
I think we've got Mr. Mukonza.
Thank you very much. I had a contribution from my sister, but probably she did not clearly understand what I said. I said the idea behind, strengthening the public transport system is not a bad idea, because in many countries that are both developed and those that are developing, one of the things that determines the vibrance of an economy is a good public transport system. So I said probably what the government is trying to do is to strengthen the public transport system. But she brings in a very important point, which is that in doing so, government appears to be forcing people and also closing space for the private sector, the ones that are called the mshikashikas and the private operators, which is a bad thing, because in any country, consumers are supposed to be given options to whether to use public or private transport. So what I was simply saying was that improving the public transport system is not a bad idea. But then the challenge that I highlighted is that in the attempt to, in government's attempt to improve the public transport system, they do not seem to understand how it should be done effectively, because they are bringing in old, trains from NRZ that are even complicating the problem that is already there. So government needs to ensure that in trying to do this good thing of improving the public transport system, they do it in such a manner that indeed the goal of improving this public transport system, which is efficient and which is acceptable to the citizenry, gets realized. That's the point that I made, Mr. Jonga.
Thank you so much. Ndofunga munogona ngorowa futi nerurimi rwamai kuti izvi zvamatsanangura.
Maita enyu ndinotenda zvikuru vakandemiri. Hongu ndanzwa zvataurwa nehanzvadzi yangu pamusoro point yandataura pekutanga. Ndofunga hatina kunyatsonzwisisana nekuti ndati nyaya yekuvandudza zvekufambisa zvevanhu zvinokwirwa neveruzhinji inyaya isina kuipa, inyaya inofana kutambirika, nekuti nyika dzandinoziva dzinonzi dzakabudirira nedzichiri kubudirira dzino chimwe chinhu chinoonekwa kuti zveshuwa zvinhu zviri kufamba inyaya dzezvifambiso izvozvi. ngataure muenzaniso weSingapore. Singapore ine public transport system ino yekuti vanhu pachavo vanotosarudza kuenda kunoshandisa public transport system vachisiya private private system nokuda kwekuti iyo public transport system efficient and iri kuranwa zvakanaka. Asi dambudziko ratiri kuita muZimbabwe nderekuti mukuedza kuita icho chinhu chandiri kufunga kuti chinogona kubatsira veruzhinji chekuvandudza public transport system, hurumende iri kukanganisa pakuti iri kumbunyikidza, iri kubva yavharira avo vane dzimotokari nemakombi avo kuti aiwa hamuchakutenderwa kupinda mubizinesi. Yeti ndiri kuti hurumende ngaingoita public transport system inoita kuti vanhu vatoti aiwa hatidi kuenda kune ava vemakombi, toda kutoshandisa mabhazi emazupu, toda kutoshandisa matrain eNational Railways of Zimbabwe. Asi zvinoitika kana ichi chinano chavatora chaitwa namazvo, patengwa matoroko akanaka anopawo chiremerera kuvanhu kana vachikwira, system yacho iri efficient, vanhu vachigona kubva kudzimba dzavo nenguva, vachigona kusvika kumabasa kwavo nenguva, vachigonawo kutorwa. Zvinhu zvese izvozvo zvinoda kuti zvitariswe mukutora danho ratorwa nehurumende.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Mukonza. I saw my sister nodding. I think it was in agreement of what you are saying. Go ahead, Ms. Ngomazana.
Well, since he said we misunderstood each other, that's a point taken. Because what is happening now, I think they have to put down their tools so that they can do their homeworks very well. I mean, India, in Mumbai, public transportation, we have what they call rickshaws, three-wheelers. We have trains, we have buses, we have metro trains, very efficient. We have also carpooling, meaning private. You can also pick up someone on your way to work or anywhere you're going. They have that thing they're doing in India. So anyone chooses what is right for them, what is cheaper, what is efficient and faster for them. But what the government is doing is just imposing. They should just leave what they just started and go back to their drawing boards. Make sure they equip the trains or whatever. Even the buses, the Zupco buses, they are not enough. They are not efficient. People are getting stranded in the city at night. Probably maybe students, school children. You never know what will happen to any of them. They haven't done their homework very well. They just think of something and just go boom. And expect everyone to accept it. It's not fair. It's not very good.
Yes, Torufa ngesintu konongo usizi uthi ngathini mo.
Bengithi ubhuti uzawachasisa kahle mhlawumbe bengazisanga kahle. Kodwa into ayikhulumile ngizwisisile manje okudube okwenza kwaba inkinga yokuthi igovernment iphonga umcabango yaphonga izilahlela nje ezitradeni. Engayenzanga ihomework yayo. Into abafanele bayenze manje kubeka phansi izikhali, bahambe back ku drawing board, be make sure ukuthi amabhasi ezupho akhona enough, cheaper, efficient. Nestimela zakhona abafuna ukuthi bazifakele ukuze nini ku system ukuthi zisiza abantu. Okwamanje abasizi umuntu, bayahlukumeza.
Yes,
dube kulezitimela, kulamabhasi, kulama three-wheeler esithi thina ngama rickshaw, kunama ola, kunama uber, kunento umuntu uyazikhethela. And amabhasi into like government public transportation lapha very efficient. Inesikhathi sayo. If it's 15 minutes to the next bus is 15 minutes. Istimela njalo namabhasi, nama metro train. So kufanele bayele back benze homework yabo. Benze into ngokufanele hayi ukuthi umuntu uyavuka ecabange lokho ephosele ebantwini sehlukumeza abantu phela tu namba abanye abadala izindlu sebeshana ezimota zabantu bazobhadala ngani bazozilungisa ngani into okufanele ukuthi i-government icabangisise khonokho ukuthi lingahlukumeza abantu but work with people as a government work with people hayi ukuthi umuntu ushaye iwindi umuntu izobhadalwa mbani yena ipolisa lelo ishaye iwindi lizokhona leyo mali othi ayilungise iwindi cha
hayi siyakuzwa kakhulu ke sicela ubambe khonapho ke ungayikhatshana mama so I still remember Mr. Dr. Mkhonza, you know, the Rhodesia omnibus company used to be very, very efficient in terms of, you know, transportation. I still remember when I was a young man, you just wait for a certain given time at the bus terminus in Makwekwe. You will know that the bus is coming at exactly 10 o'clock. And this bus will take me via Popoma to the Bulawayo Central Business District. What happened at the end of the day? What went wrong, you know?
I think a lot of things went wrong, Mr. Due. The government, what got us to where we are is that the government did not, you know, develop the public transport system. In fact, this problem is not only with the public transport system. It is with so many things. Government did not really upgrade, you know, the public transport system so that it can accommodate, you know, the growing populations, the growing economies of various cities. Because that time that you are talking about, probably the population was you know, a bit lower, but now the population in Zimbabwe has grown. You know, most of populations in the urban areas. But if you look at it, government did not improve, talk of the road infrastructure. The government did not improve the road infrastructure so that it can accommodate this growing population and the increased economic activities that are now taking place in urban areas. So that deterioration went on for some time, and what now government is trying to do is to play catch up. This idea of making ZUPCO, in fact, it started probably a few years ago when President Emerson Mnangagwa came in. You could see certain, you know, attempts to try and, you know, bring in new ZUPCO buses, but it's not enough. It's not enough, and more still needs to be done to improve both the bus in the public transport system, the railway, the railways that are there, and all those other things that are necessary. More still needs to be done.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. I think we've got another guest. Let's bring him in. Mr. Mngeniseni Masego, welcome to the show, sir.
Ngibulise futhi okwesibili bantu abadala.
Yes, siyabonga kakhulu. Yes, singathi singangeni kakhulu kuloko kweZUPCO. Sike sibuze nje kuphela ukuthi khathesi lina ngesuku lezi liphila njani nxa sikhangela ukuthi engxele lisebenzela ekhaya kodwa imali ikhona yini lapha likhona njalo nxa ikhona liyakulandela khona uhulumende uthi Zimbabwe is open for business kambe liyakulandela kumbe alokulandela?
Angisebenzeli kwelasekhaya ngaphandle kwelizwe. Ngikwelase South Africa.
Ngithi khonapho lapho osebenza khona kunjani nxa sikhangela ezomsebenzi? Njalo uyahambisa yini imali ekhaya kumbe uya-invest ekhaya?
Kubi ngoba singabantu bokuza kule ndawo. Singabantu bokuza ama-costs ethu maningi njengathi semathebeleleni. Sibe silabo abafowethu abangumalayitsha abazama ukuthi besithwalele into zethu sikwazi ukuyavusa imizi yethu. Nabo babancindezela njalo futhi emabhoda. Babancindezela njalo nje. So asikwazi ukuthi sithi kulula. Akukho lula. Akukho lula baba.
So the borders are still shut and you can't do any business across the borders?
You can do if you have money. If you have money. So kusebenza imali, and the time kusebenza imali the government yawa ngoba iningi labo lisebenzele emapocketini abo abasebenzeli government. So i-government if ibeka umthetho oright ayenze ngendlela eright, imonithe ngendlela yakhona ngoba kulesikhathi sokuthi i-government yabeka umthetho ugcina sokusebenza umthetho wabantu ungasasebenzi umthetho we-government. Yinto eyenzakalayo especially emathebeleleni.
So Jonga, what Mr. Mbongiseni, sorry, Mngeniseni Maseko is saying is that you know it's very difficult to do any business in Zimbabwe, particularly to the fact that the borders are still closed. Even if you want to do anything, you can't, because he doesn't even have money as we speak because of COVID. Jobs we know have been decimated and they're facing so many problems. Yes.
Yeah, I think that's an issue affecting many Zimbabweans in the diaspora, especially those in South Africa. I was talking to a friend who is in South Africa, and he used to fly South Africa, Zimbabwe routes, but because of the lockdown restrictions, he was saying now he is stranded. He's just sitting and staying at home in South Africa. Let's hear from Dr. Mukonza. You are based in South Africa. What can you say about this?
Thank you very much, Mr. Kandemire. I think it's quite true that COVID has wreaked havoc in economies, not only in South Africa, but across the world. Companies have closed, and those that are operating, there are a lot of retrenchments that took place. So it's quite difficult for I was saying it's difficult for a South African to make a living here in South Africa, and you can imagine what the situation would be for a foreign national. So it's not easy. It's not easy whether it's somebody who was being employed or it's somebody who was doing business. Things are just tough for most Zimbabweans who are living in South Africa.
Yes, Ms. Ngomazana, your take on that issue.
Yeah, it's not only those, my brother, not only those in South Africa. See, because of this now, some authorities are taking advantage of the situation to their own advantage. Take, for instance, here in India, we trade from India, South Africa, Zimbabwe. But now I can't send my goods straight to Zimbabwe because I'm being sabotaged. The Zimra is going to take half of the goods, not physically, but the money they are going to charge, half of the goods are lost, and I'm not getting back my capital. So it's better to send the goods to neighboring countries, then come home, bring them home by road. Zimbabwe is actually making us as Zimbabweans to think of relocating, leaving our country. Instead, we should try to make things easier, step by step. As old people say, some of the old people in the homes, they are even saying, Smith's regime was better for us economically. You understand? Yeah. So right now from Zimbabwe, it's much easier for us because staying there, it's hot. And even trading there is worse. You send your goods, for instance, let's say goods for 1,000. You won't get 200 from the goods because Zimra has taken everything. And if you are doing a road business, they are taking toll gates money. The roads are broken. They are not fixing anything. Where is the money going? Into their pockets, getting richer. It's very difficult for every diaspora and everywhere. to invest in the country. The love and the effort is there, but they are being trodden down by the government. They are not making it easier for us to invest back home. There is nothing that business is opening in Zimbabwe. It's just eye service.
Thank you very much. And, we tried to invite some people in the ruling party and government, but we haven't got some kind of positive responses. Maybe they're going to respond to some of these kind of questions that you all have. What can you say about Umaseko? Umaseko, ponga kunje ukuhambisa imali ekhaya izaqina lisenzani njengoba ingcelo valiwe siyabona lokuthi impahla ukuzidlule emngceleni kuyahlupha kodwa izaqina senzani baba?
Hey, hayi kunzima. Kodwa ke kule mikuru umkuru lokusiza ukuhambisa imali. Unjalo nje silaba fowethu abalayitshayo abatransport izinto banamashop emakhaya. Ungamnikeza imali kube ingcosana kucharge yona abasekhaya bekwazi ukuthatha imali kuye eshop yakhe. Okunye ngiye kusisi lapha indaba kade ikhuluma ngebusiness. Yazi ngithole ubuhlungu mangiya ekhaya ngihambela isifo ngidlula eborder yase Bedbridge. Eborder yase Bedbridge wonke umuntu lapha uyenza imali. Ende bayabheka ukuthi ubuya eMzansi. Banendlela yokwenza imali because of this COVID. Si testwe iCovid la eSouth Africa amaphepha khona afika asebenza eborder bathi khona ayasebenza. But must jumpa siya kwela kithi. They said it's a fake. Aba accept lento esiphetheyo from South Africa. Bafuna ukuthi siyenze eyabo besicharge imali because of sebebonile ukuthi lo muntu ubuye eSouth Africa unemali abangayishiya lapha eborder, which is wrong. I-government kufanele kubhekisise lokuyana kube ne-office la elibheka khona into ze-COVID e-border post. Hayi ukuthi loba ngubani ufanele emestradeni angibuze into ye-COVID, which is wrong. Bathatha imali kithi ngendlela ezingalungi.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Maseko. So what Mr. Maseko is saying is that at the border, there are so many problems, Tonga. He says, even COVID certificates, some people are making money out of it. He claims that some border officials actually accuse them of bringing fake certificates. So they end up raking in money, from travelers. So this could be a problem, right, Tonga?
That's true. Gibbs tagara tinonzwa vakawanda vanhu vanofamba nepamugano weBedbridge vachinyunyuta nekugunun'una kuti aiwa dzimwe nguva mabatiro atinoitwa pakufamba nevanenge vari mumahofisi enyaya dzekupinda nekubuda kwevanhu munyika anosiya zvakawanda zvinoita kuti vanhu vange vachitarisa kuti dai hurumende yagadzirisa pano nepapo. Ndanzwa vamaseko vataurawo nyaya yandafunga kuti inogona kunge ichitsigirika. Vatiwo dai hurumende yaona kuti paita hofisi inenge ichitarisa nyaya dzemagwaro iyo anenge apiwa vanhu COVID-19 certificates, nokuti vari kuti mamwe acho vanosvika ubva vaudzwa kunzi aiwa hasi echokwadi ari fake, zvakureva kuti vakubhadhara zvakare mari. Saka vari kuti dai paita urongwa hwekuti pange paine hofisi inenge ichimbomirira kutarisa izvozvo pabhodha. Handizivi kuti vanhu vanenge vachizokwanisa kunge vachiwana here macertificates iwayo pabhodha ipapo sezvo vari kutaura, asi idanho rinenge rakanaka. Gibbs, thank you.
Yes, maybe let's pose the last question to Mr. Mkonza. We are remaining with 1 minute. Mr. Mkonza, perhaps there could be a problem at the border and other issues, but your last word, sir.
My last word is that I think the government of Zimbabwe still has a lot to do. I want to pick the issue of public transport system. I think my sister has given us a way forward. There must be a public consultative process that to end up with Zimbabwe having a public transport system that can that will be the envy of the entire SADC region or even the entire continent, but that can only be done if people pause and come up with ideas that are meant to benefit the country, because my suspicion is that government does these things looking at the elections. Yet we need solutions that will take Zimbabwe forward.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our time is up, Chonga. We are out of time and we have to leave it here. We thank our guests this evening, Mr. Mgeniseni Masego. He is in South Africa. Dr. Mnyaradzi Riki Mukonza, an independent political and social commentator. And Ms. Nomtandazo Komazana. She's in Mumbai, India. Let's not forget, Ezra Chisaswanda actually sent us some videos. Thank you so much, Chonga, and good night, Zimbabwe.
Thank you. My name is Chonga Kandemiri. Morara Zvakanaka Vateereri tosangana muzvirongwa zvestudio 7.
Good night.